clouds there. Bitch empty. Hey, what's going on with y'all? How these lights looking? Oh man, how y'all doing this morning? Uh, I'm just driving around, dropping off supplies to my dad and my son, and well, to my dad, my son taking care of. Got him earlier. But yeah, just driving around, dropping off shit before 12 o'clock here in Orlando area. They said it's gonna hit hard around by 12, so we need to be in place by 12 noon Eastern. That's when it's gonna come aboard. So I've been up since 4:30, 5 o'clock, rationing off the supplies and stores that I've had on that I stocked up the meat and the beans and the food I've canned. So I'm making sure everybody have something. I know this is Florida and we don't really have no bad shit that lasts for long. But you know, sometimes people can't prep, or sometimes people don't have the mindset. So in the back of the BMW, I got a bunch of canned chicken and beef that I've done seasoned. Now it ain't just no regular water in that. That bitch seasoned. It got flavor to it. You know, hopefully they don't have to crack it open, but it was enough for me to spare. I'm taking care of 3 households this morning. So I'm going to 3 different people's spot, and I'm on to the second now. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure everybody stays safe, man. And again, prepping is important. You never know what's gonna hit. You never know what's in spirit plan. But let's not be crazy and just not do nothing when it comes to a natural disaster, or how they hyping this thing up. Most people like, oh, they just hyping this thing up. It ain't gonna be that bad. It's never that bad, man. As I'm gonna tell you guys like this. So I was gonna come live later on today, and I was gonna say something, but I'll say it this morning while I'm driving. I really do believe these storms are. I really do believe these storms are hiding, or caused. I ain't gonna say hiding. I gotta watch my words. I believe these storms are caused by sea creatures. I know that sounds far-fetched. I know it make me look like a lunatic, a wang bang. But I really do believe these storms and everything here in the east is caused by, I think it's a dragon. I really do think it's a dragon waking up, or I think they're trying to hide some kind of sea creature that's moving. As I told you guys before, which nobody has checked into, I haven't heard another YouTuber say it, Florida is the center of this planet. Florida is the center of the planet. That's why we have the Space Coast here. That's why we have all that stuff around here. So when you talk about something that goes to the center of the planet, that's the only way you can get to Middle Earth, in my mind. That's the only way you can get to Middle Earth. So if the center of the planet is here and we trying to get to Middle Earth, it would take whatever is coming from that was put in Middle Earth, Hollow Earth, Dome, I'm on Flat Earth, that theory there. It has to be an opening. So now when you're opening up a gate, wind is going to come through. Who's to say that the wind, that when they open these gates, the wind ain't sucking this thing back in, ain't sucking air, creating these barometric pressures, these hurricanes and stuff in the Atlantic and the ocean, Pacific, whatever. And then I was thinking, I said that just like 9/11, for those buildings coming down, it was a monster in those buildings. Like a demon had manifested, a portal had came between those buildings, and those demons was hurting people in there. So they had to bomb that thing and bring it down. That's what I think. Again, that's just what I think. And I think these natural disasters are the same thing. Uh, Monsters have gotten loose. Kaiju, that's the word I'm looking for. Kaiju type monsters are waking up or getting loose. The big dragon, the Leviathan dragon, whatever you want to call it, is waking his ass up. And it takes a while. After bitch wake up, what we do, we yawn. That sucks in water. That's the center of the earth and globe. These things was huge, man. And I think this is what's going on, but I can't be for sure because I'm not one of those cryptics and shit. But I think animals, this planet is waking up. I was looking at something the other day, and I said, it's October. It needs to be a slight chill in the air around by now. There is no slight chill in the air. Even for Florida, they need to be something that says, okay, here's a change. It's October. It's not August. It still feels like in August. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's warmer, it's sunnier, it's hotter. And I'm like, what could be causing this heat? Then I say the fake sun, but no, let's not give them that much credit. So again, I think this is something like something or someone is breathing their breath. And the warm climate is due to exhaling and inhaling. And the only thing I can think about that can do some shit like this is a dragon. Now, if you guys watch any fantasy, I know I'm fucking y'all up this morning, right? But this is what I just be thinking about. So y'all got to deal with it. Y'all can tune out. In any fantasy lore, anytime you see a dragon, there's always smaller dragons around it. Birds, babies, eggs, that type of shit. And I'm thinking, maybe by the dragon waking up, the shit that was sitting on his back for so long, the parasites or companion animals that cleans it, or maybe that's the shit that's waking up, and these tornadoes and hurricanes are just hiding the fact of them. Now, we all know the government can create tornadoes with HARPA and all that shit. It's proven machine that shoot air underground or however create clouds and all that. I ain't making nothing up here. But what if, man, somebody woke that damn thing up? What if they woke that thing up, man, and that thing waking up, or they tried to keep it asleep? I don't know. But I think all of this is right here, because what happened in the Carolinas shouldn't happen that bad. Nothing should settle that thing that bad. Then they say, okay, there's a lot of crystal quartz over there, pure, the most purest thing. Then it's ran by technology. I mean, all the pure crystal quartz over there in the Carolina, those mines, that's what's going to power our new computer system, our new digital platform, and that thing right there. So you look at that type of shit and you say, what if the crystal quartz, because when dragon breathes fire or the heat, cold, diamond pressure, what if that type of shit is what's causing it, and they need to remove that, like they need to mine that for real? And just hear me out. I'm not a crystallologist or no shit, but what if over time the dragon has been sleeping and the heat and the wind got underground and it formed all those crystal mines and quartz mine, and what it's doing is blocking the airway of the sleeping giant entity, dragon, monster, sea creature, kaiju, whatever, because it's still in the ocean, but the just think about the breath, like the nostrils from its sleeping, the breathing, the heat has formed crystals under there, because we know that's what caused pressure. And let's say that thing is just a buildup, and like when a bitch put their hand over your mouth, you're gonna instantly like wake up because you're gonna think you're dying. What if the crystals are formed up under that place? And Google this shit yourself. There is a quartz crystal mine under the Carolina. What if all of those crystals that's formed have blocked the dragon's breathing ways, and now it's waking up due to the simple fact that it can't suck in the proper air, and now air is coming from everywhere. Instead of using the air to breathe through his nose, he's opening his mouth and that's creating a lot more air pressure that's sucking in and sucking out. So they have to, flood that area so they can go in there and mine to try to keep that thing asleep. And it doesn't matter how many people lose their lives in the pursuit of that, because they're trying. They know more than what we know. I just think about shit like that, man. To me, that's not too far fetched. They know more shit than we do. There's more shit on this planet than we know, and that type of stuff. And I just think about shit like that. Let me look at some of the comments. I'm at a light. Do y'all think I'm crazy? We go prospect in the Carolina. There's always a funny thing about the country of, yeah, America is sick, man. I just think about stuff like that because these storms, I'm 46. I done seen some heavy hitting shit before. I lived through Andrew, down there at Homestead and all that shit there. I've never seen the news hype something up so bad. And I am like, at this point of the game, I'm not scared for myself because I know where I go if I die. At least in my mind, I know exactly how it's going to be because I know I'm a good steward of people. I care. I'm a real one. You treat me like shit, I'm going to still make sure you're okay because it's in my nature to be that way. I can't change. I can't reprogram myself to be a man or to be a good human. But it's a lot of people out there that's operating off of what they want to be, versus what they are, and that shit is gonna get them in trouble. And I just want to make sure I help help the people close to me as much as I can with what I got, that shared thing. But because, man, at the end of the day, when all this shit is over with, we only gonna have humans. We only gonna have each other. Everybody, I can't wait for the end of the world to happen. I can't wait till this bitch crash out. I can't wait till we in a Walking Dead survivalistic mode. Half of the people ain't ready for that fucking shit. Half of them don't know how to fish. Half of them don't know how to swim. Half of them don't know how to fight. Half of them don't know how to start a fire. Half of them haven't even prepped anything. And they I don't want to pay bills no more. I don't want to deal with the problems I got going through. I don't want to fuck with the court system, the taxes. Man, these people don't care about us at all. Motherfuckers will have your ass hemmed the fuck up. They feed y'all at these movies thinking that the apocalypse is gonna be a 25, 30 minute to a 2-hour movie that has a bright end. And no, this shit is serious, man. You guys gotta take this serious. And you got to start loving each other serious. All the petty issues gonna go out the window. Race gonna go out the window. Gender wars going out the window. What the fuck you identify as? That ain't gonna be nothing. That ain't gonna mean shit. You can say you identify as a goddamn car tire. Some bitch gonna say, well, hold that motherfucking vehicle up, bitch. They gonna be so hard, and times we don't get the luxury to the feel or to have these emotions. And I just sit back and I think about shit like that. And since we on feelings, what's causing all these heavy emotions inside of us? Not between us. What's causing these heavy emotions inside of us? And there's only one thing I can think about that can cause emotion between us, and it's the balance of the planet is off. The magnetic field is off. I went through a bout of depression for a whole year, and I'm about one of the most jovial people you could imagine. Then I'm seeing people going through bouts of anger, and I'm like, man, what's going on? Why is everybody so in their feelings and shit about everything? Everything's setting people off. Everything got people crying and wanting to hurt themselves. Everything is just too much. And I'm like, it got to be something. And again, it's the atmosphere. It's all this barometric pressure. It's the magnetic field of the earth. It's whatever you want to call it. But it all boils down to the simple fact that motherfuckers ain't happy with themselves. Motherfuckers ain't living in their true energy, not their true purpose. Everybody want to find their purpose. Fuck a purpose at this point. You have to live in your true energy so that you can say, okay, I'm an asshole. I'm gonna be the best asshole I can be. I'm a lover. I'm gonna be the best lover I can be. I'm a provider. I'm a protector. I'm gonna be the best dad I can be. And I think that can defeat a lot of these mental issues we're having here in America, because they're telling us how to think, how to operate, who we should like, who we shouldn't like, who we should love, how we should love, that type of stuff. And it's getting annoying as fuck, man. It's getting really annoying. Every podcast is how you should operate with your mate, how you should operate with an opposite race, how you should do that. Man, all that race baiting and all that gender wars and shit, it needs to stop it in, because humanity is everything. And I don't know, and I don't know how it's gonna be here in Florida after this shit hit. But I know how it is in the Carolinas, and those people in the mountains have nothing. And even the people that prep up that way, they can't give all their shit away, and they can't help. And I get depressed, because to my core, I am a protector, I'm a provider, I'm a father. I had 20, whoa, shit, balloons everywhere on the road. That's crazy. Uh, I've had 24 years to understand how to be a dad, how to be a provider, how to put my emotions aside for my kids and my woman, and all the pain and shit I've suffered. That's my core. So that's the programming that was done, and I still had to remain the same. People, I know I'm just rambling and I'm talking about shit, but it's just what's on my head, man. And I just feel so sorry for the people who just ain't gonna get it. I feel so sorry for the people that just think that this world is gonna keep on going. I just feel really bad, man, because nobody want to live in their truth. And then people get it fucked up and twisted that, oh, I'm living in my truth just because I could tell a bitch about their ass. Oh, I'm living in my truth just because I could state how I'm feeling. That's not living in your truth. That's just acting upon your emotion. Living in your truth is at your core design, what you truly want to be, how you truly operate. That's your truth. If you're a helper, you're a helper. If you're an ass kicker, you're an ass kicker. And I just see so many misguided fucking people, man. And it's sad. And faced with and I just keep harking back to the Carolinas. And I said, man, so many beautiful people, so many cultures, the highland and the lowland of the South Carolinas and the highland of the North, the indigenous people. That's where the majority of the people in the South is really got the records and the information from the Carolinas, man. Half us identify as Gullah Geechee, half us identifies as Northern. I mean, it's Blackfoot, Dakota. It's so fucking much, and they just assume we ain't gonna have no operating system, no programs, nothing. And not those beautiful, beautiful people up there in the Carolinas are suffering so fucking much. And so I'm just talking, people. Y'all can tune out. I'm just talking to keep me going on the road while I'm driving. I've been up early, y'all, doing what I gotta do. So y'all gotta forgive me. I'm just talking. So y'all tune out to somebody that's gonna keep you interested if I'm depressing you or something. I'm just getting what's on my mind. Damn, the gas station closed there. Good Lord. I hope people prep. But I just be wondering, like, what can cause a person not to prep? What can cause a person not to prepare themselves, not to evacuate a mountainous area? But then I realized some people ain't got no money, man. Some people ain't got no support system. Some people ain't got nobody that cares about them enough to get on their ass to say, hey, do this. Some people don't have accountability goddamn partners and things of that nature. Again, it's all about accountability. I'm one of them people, if you in my life, I'm your accountability partner. I mean, hey, did you get this? Did you get that? I got to tell family and friends, people around me, please don't get tired of me keep asking you, did you get extra shit? So then when I go out there and I buy my preps, I purposely get extra stuff. You know, I mean, it's a win-win. If the people don't need it, I'm cool. I got it. But if they do, it's like, okay, let me alleviate their strain and their stress, because the last thing I want, if the people in my life to be catching pure D hell and I can't get to them, and I know I could have done something for them and nothing has been done, and I'm sitting over here very well taken care of, I have to do something. So that's why I'm making sure my dad is okay. I'm making sure the people in my circle okay. The people I know that ain't got nobody to support them, that is. And I'm so glad the roads are virtually empty this morning. I can do a quick circle trip before it get chaotic. Because I want to be hunkered down by 12, like they say. Oh yeah, that's a word here in the South, hunker. Gotta hunker down, baby. Hunker on down. But people, I pray that this teaches us a lesson that the world is full of bullshit and unexpected energies. And after this, if you're lucky to survive this, God be with you, universe, source, your ancestors, whoever you pray to. I hope you guys take it serious and start prepping. I mean, $50 a month on some rice, beans, seasonings, sugar, salt, that type of stuff. Buy you some of those air vacuum machines, Mylar bags, and all that shit. They'll learn how to store food, how to kill bugs off of rice and shit. I mean, I hope this teaches us that, there's nobody gonna come save us. Those people in the Carolinas, there's nobody coming to save them. For 2 weeks, man, they out of power, medication. And then I hear on the news that they say, if it's a grid down scenario with no electricity, no gas, no running water, that they can kill off 90% of the people in America in 9 months. I'm sorry. They say in 9 months without no energy, people are gonna starve to death. Are you kidding me? You're telling, and then the government all over the news have at least 2 weeks worth of water and food. They said 3 days, but they tell you 2 weeks on some. Man, people don't even know how to store that much food properly. I just went through all the canned goods I had stored, and I realized some of my canned goods wasn't stored properly. And I was like, damn, because, oh, that was a water patch I hit. Because I didn't put the water packs and I didn't seal it, and I kept opening the bins and air and moisture to get there. I mean, the food ain't bad in the can, but it got some kind of rust on it, and I don't trust it. So I've been putting it in a bowl and sitting it in front of the house to feed the dogs that roam the neighborhood. At least they can eat, because if the can is really fucked up, I'm not gonna trust it. I don't want to get sick. But I mean, I fucked up there. All the canned goods, I fucked up there because I didn't store them properly. But good thing I learned how to, can in glass jars, and I got enough of that to last me a good little bit. But yeah, I fucked up because I didn't know I needed to put air packets in the things and keep that sealed up. I just thought as long as you got canned goods, they wouldn't rust or nothing. But I was wrong. So I just had to get rid of a lot of food like that this morning. I've been up early, people, making sure I'm okay, because again, I was going through my store, seeing what I could take to my dad, seeing what I could take over here to family and friends. So yeah, this thing it's crazy. People, I mean, do your research, prep yourselves. I mean, I know it's all good in prepping, you get depressed and shit. Man, get over it. Get over it. Ain't nobody coming to save us. The government is unreliable, as you know. Half of the women single. Half of the men too busy single, and they in this whole stoic fucking energy, and they not even prepping. They too busy trying to look good and get their bank account right and exercise versus trying to make sure they got enough food prepped up. A lot of women still with I don't need a man energy. Yes, the fuck you do. You need some form of protection. Unless your ass is just taking some special forces, special op, fighting and gun control and knife handling shit. And I mean, they got us all so separate minded. and stuff, man. And I'm just depressed. It's not depressed. I'm just sad at the reality, the fact of the matter that there's a lot of people that don't have a support system. There's a lot of people that don't have a support system at all. I talked to my baby girl, and she's in Tampa, and the only words I can tell her is, if shit push come to shove, I'm gonna find a way to get you. Lord, let me have breath and let me have operating a vehicle, or I'm coming to get you. And I had to tell her, I said, your mama can't come with me. I said, your brother and sister, they not my children, they can't come with me. I said, I'm coming to get you. I said, and if you want some bullshit that you need to bring your little boyfriend Romando or whoever the fuck else you feel like you need to have in tow, it's a no-go, sister. I said, you're the top priority. She started laughing. And then, I mean, she's not even taking it serious. She started laughing like, I'm not gonna kayak to my boyfriend's house if it rains. I say, little girl, I say, just don't do nothing stupid. Listen to your mama. Don't be rebellious and shit like that. That's all I can do, because she 18. She chose. But that shit hurt my feeling last night, too. It's like nobody really takes shit serious. And the ones that taking everything serious, we gonna carry the burden and have to make sure everybody is okay. So if you got a loved one that really cares about you, pay attention to what the fuck they saying, doing. I mean, pay attention to what the fuck they telling you guys to do. I can turn this off. There's some light. It's dark, man. Y'all don't need to see my face. Yeah, I told her, I say, baby, let me come get you now. I say, shit's safe real with daddy. Daddy got you. No, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna kayak to my boyfriend, huh? I'm like, here she go with the joke. And she just in her little fun fantasy fucking world, and I'm like, cool. But people, if you got loved ones and they telling y'all ass what to do, how to survive, how to be good, pay attention. Don't give a fuck if you think the world, or you think this is just a government conspiracy to get money out. Just spend the fucking money. The world ain't never gonna end. Don't believe that shit. The world ain't ended on this side, but it ended for the people in the mountains in the Carolinas. It ended for the people in the panhandle of Florida. It's just some crazy shit, and I wish I could drive up there and drop some food off and medication and all that stuff to her in Tampa, but it wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough for the family her mama got that's in support. So what I did was I sent her mom some money, and I told her mom. Now her mom did listen. That's the crazy thing. I cashed out her some money, and I say go, and I cashed her a list and told her go to the store and get these basic shit and use every last single dime. And I told my daughter, I say, make sure your mama do it, that she don't go buy no fucking Tito's and Hennessy, and thinking that's the ride out party, for the storm. And my daughter called me back and was like, yeah, Dad, she actually took your advice. Now that's the smartest thing. And me and my baby mama, we don't have a good relationship, but we have an okay relationship. We don't argue, we don't do none of that shit, because we realize we can't conversate like that, but we cool with each other. And she literally took the money I gave her and went and bought supplies she took my advice. And to me, that showed a lot of character in her. And that showed me also that some single women, they really should just start listening to men. If I can provide something to help you, I mean, do it. By all means, do what you gotta do. And me and my baby mama ain't never got along like that after we had our baby, with the differences we had. But she literally went and did what I said, and my daughter was very much like, and my daughter sent me pictures and everything, say she did that. She took the advice. And my daughter said that her mother was saying like, your dad is an asshole, he just think he better than everybody else, but that motherfucker will make sure you okay. So that made me feel kind of good, like, shit, come on, man, how you just gonna pull in front of me and go slow on a wet road? Nutcase. But yeah, God, like, I mean, the respect is all day there, man. So I'm happy for that, But there's I mean, people, I'm out of so much money this weekend, the money that I ain't even have to spend. And I don't know if the people I assisted is even doing the prep. I don't know if they're going to go blow through that shit or think everything okay. But I did write down a list, and the people, hey man, I ain't got this right here. Nope. I'm sorry, I gave you what you needed. You fucked up, you know? And I was just walking around the neighborhood, and everybody like, why you got all that water? Why you bringing all that water in your house? You can't drink up the whole store. And I'm like, you crazy bitch. I say, do you not realize it's a hurricane coming? Then they say that the grid may be down. The news keeps saying, prepare for power outages. Prepare for power outages here in Florida. They telling us to prepare. They ain't even say the shit may go out. They like, yeah, nigga, the shit going out. You may not have power for 3 days, 7 days. And I'm like, fuck. But everybody is just casually strolling. So I loaded up every gun I had in my house. I even tightened the tension on my crossbow and my regular bow and arrow. Uh, I got all the little provisions and protections close at hand in every room. So if anybody like come through that bitch acting foolish, boy, your ass is history. Whenever that shit happen in the future, if it happens, gotta take precautions. Yeah, this shit just bothers me, man, that people are not thinking and everybody takes shit as a joke. And I found myself wishing I could just go to the Carolinas and on a relief mission and help. And people, while I'm talking, again, I'm just rambling, people. Ain't nothing crazy. I'm just talking on my mind so I can stay focused on what I'm doing and I don't get depressed and shit. So I thank you guys for rocking with me like you're doing. But I sat down and I wanted to play the lotto. I'm tired, y'all. I didn't get no sleep. I found myself like, man, I should have played the lotto. And I was like, I'll play the lotto not to win because I want money, clothes, and hoes. I said, I want to play the lotto so I could just go around and help people. Help people, help people, help people. And then I was like, if I do that, if I did win and go around and help people, will it really help them, or will it just be alleviating they stress and making them more obtainable to the bullshit, validating the fact that, okay, some mythical man out the sky gonna come down and save them, or their situation would just magically get better. And I was like, man, I don't know. So I was conflicted about that. I mean, everybody needs funds in this world to operate, to move, and to be comfortable. But some of us, man, we don't need a bunch of money. We just need enough to make sure our family's okay. And I be conflicted with the helping energy. Again, at my core, I am a provider, a protector, and a prophet. So at my core, I am that. I am operating on the only way I know how to be a man. I'm operating on that energy. And that's hard as fuck as well, believe it or not, people. Whether you believe it or not, operating as a real man in today's world with the programming from the old heads in the old school. I spoke to my dad when I went over there and checked him. And no joke, people, I promise you, I'm gonna tell you some shit y'all gonna laugh when I tell you that. This is how I was taught. And when dad came into my life at 13 and shit. Uh, when I went over there and I made sure he had his rice, his toilet paper, made sure he was okay. My little sister and his woman and with her baby, with the other baby in her belly and shit. He said, what did you do for yourself? I say, I'm straight, Dad. I said, you know that. He said, and then he said this. He said, did you take care of your woman? I say, what? He say, you fucking her, right? I'm like, yeah, I screw. And he was like, make sure you got your woman taken care of. And we started laughing. Then he looked at his girlfriend this morning and we bust out fucking laughing. And she like, that's right, and called him by his name. And like his last name. And we start laughing. But look at how my daddy taught me. Make sure your woman okay. Make sure your woman got what she need. Make sure you contact your woman and make sure if there anything you can do to help. If you can't be directly beside her, that's the type of shit I would love for us men to get back to. We can't be everywhere at all time, but my dad, he got his woman in the house. He told me, boy, taking care of me is cool, but did you take care of your woman? I said, wow. Even in this, he's still passing down sage advice. Now that's energy from a real man. That's not for these selfish ass Negroes that's running around here. Man, it's all about me. Fuck them hoes. They don't like me. They don't get taken care of. My dad, like, did you take care of your woman? Yeah. Yeah, they alright, man. They cool. That's the first thing I did. I say I did that before I dropped on your ass. And he started laughing. He said, well, your daddy gonna be okay. If I need you, I'll call you. Conversation over. That's the end. Done deal. Me and him ain't gotta talk until he call that phone and need me. That's how real men is. But he made sure that all my problem was alleviated. That I still do the right thing, even in a crazy ass scenario like this. I love that man. I love that fucking guy, man. He hold me accountable. Some men need accountability partner, just like some women need accountability partner. That man said that shit, and that was the funny thing. Did you take care of your woman? Who telling their sons that shit? In this world, who telling their sons, man, make sure you take care of your woman? I mean, it's a crazy fucking thing. My dad nuts, man. I said, did you take care of your woman? He didn't say your girlfriend, your fuck buddy. He made that shit so general, like, bro, check on these women. Check on these women. If you fucking them or you talking to them or you in their life, you got an obligation, man, to communicate. And it's just a funny thing, man. My dad is nuts. But yeah, people, I'm just talking, man. Don't mind me. I'm just talking, y'all. I was raised different. I was raised different, man, and I just want us men to get back to being men and taking care of our women. Whether you fucking them or not, man, just make sure these women okay. I mean, if y'all into prepping, just hear me out. Brothers, if y'all into prepping, prep a little extra so you can take it over there to Sarah and them kids. Just prep a little extra, That's all. Make it happen. Everybody, just pray that we make it out safe here. Pray that it's not as bad as the Carolinas and that type of thing. Okay, let me turn up in here. Oh boy, there's a lot of cars here. Okay, let me get in the right position so I can back the fuck out and nobody block me in. Alright, everybody, I made it to my third destination. After this, I'm going home to finish prepping and redoing it, tying down the garbage cans around the house and shit so they don't blow away the best they can. Because the last thing I want to do is pick up trash. But I'm finna let you go. I'm the Baron telling God to trust you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Like, share, subscribe. Everybody, y'all be safe. Pray for the people of Florida. Make sure you send prayers up for the people in the Carolinas. The next thing to touch is going to be California. I said it. So make sure y'all keep people in your prayers and just people start prepping. Start doing what you got to do. Let's just not be foolish and think this shit going to blow over. All right, everybody. Y'all have fun. Be good.